Miranda and Murillo. They're going to get a stern test today. Lucas Podolski and Burak Yilmaz, the starting forwards for Galatasaray. And we are underway here at the Turk Telecom. Tino Fuentes alongside Matteo Benetti. Inter in the blue and black kits, moving left to right on your screen. Of course, Galatasaray in
this current Inter lineup. So much talent behind it. As first we take a look at that Galatasaray starting 11. The defender Sabri Cheju, Hakan Balta and Alex Tejes, the Brazilian fullback Muslera, capable in between the pipes. Podolski and Yilmaz leading the line, and then the midfielders Kisa, Selçuk İnan, the playmaker, Wesley Sneijder, no stranger to Inter, and Yasin Usketin. And then for Inter and Mancini, Handanovic as the goalkeeper, Santon, the two new center backs Miranda and Murillo, Juan Jesus, the Brazilian, playing as a fullback here today, Freddy Guarin, Jeffrey Kondogbia, the big money summer signing, and Mateo Kovacic to provide the creative spark and
carry that into the new season. He's got some support in the center of the park this year. Jeffrey Kondogbia getting the start today, but he may be joined by a few new additions before the Italian league actually gets underway. A lot of flux still going.
Crack from distance as well. He's going to be such a valuable piece in the center of the park. Excellent signing, probably the best in Serie A this summer. There's been a lot of them.
That there have. It's going to be a new look league this year. And Inter have made among them here. Jesus over to apply some defense. Good job there by Sabri.
Sabri loves to go forward, the right back. Expect him to provide a lot of width down that right-hand side, trying to test Juan Jesus.
Quick turnover there. Chance to come forward now for Inter. Freddy Guarin, the Colombian, just outside the center circle, gets it wide. Played out to the flank. Palacio tries to send to the box. On the ground, it's picked off. Sneijder here. Sneijder to Mancini. This one ends up in the waiting arms of Handanovic again. Oh, we talked about all the players that are here for Inter Milan. Some of the players that aren't here today: Xherdan Shaqiri, D'Ambrosio, Andreonelli, Nagatomo, Felipe Melo, Schelotto, Tader, all players that are still on the transfer market that you don't want to risk at this point. As Galatasaray coming forward, and the shot from Lucas Podolski is handled by Handanovic.
Was the offside attempt against Handanovic, and that's what the Slovenian goalkeeper does so well. Those one-on-one reflex saves from short distance.
Corner kick, right to about the penalty area. Inter working the ball away from their own net, trying to gain control of the ball. Coming forward in a hurry now, Inter. Guarin wide open on the other side of the goal. Let's see what's going to happen here. Turnover.
Good ball.
Inside, and the shot is handled by Muslera. Icardi on the shot.
That does well, settles it.
Sneijder gets it wide again, the Dutch number 10. Out on the wing now for Sabri. Sabri tries to send it in, handled by Santon. Dogbia sticks a foot in.
It's very good work here, Selçuk İnan. They're always looking for him in the center.
Shot from distance is spilled.
Oh.
Is it going to find its way in? It does. And it's 1-0 Galatasaray. It's Burak Yilmaz forcing it in.
Well, it's an error you don't really expect from Samir Handanovic. The shot from distance, it doesn't take a bounce in front of him, but it lands just in his arms, and Handanovic not able to control that blast from distance from selling up. Here it is, has all the time in the world. It doesn't take a bounce in front of him. Oftentimes you do see that kind of shot testing. Goalkeeper should have done so much better. Handanovic, and just spills it. Once again, these some of the errors you hope that they can iron out in the summer before the season. Oh, and it hasn't been given.
It's been taken away. From the home crowd. Handball. That's what they're going to call.
That's tough. Let's see. You see he raises that right arm. Referee judging.
Having a word with the official. Let's see what happened here. Well, MMA is what happened here.
Oh, he is getting held there. He's looks accidental at first, but maybe just a bit of play acting there at the end.
Squared, Guarin with the shot, just misses. Too much power, not enough control.
Have to be salivating at that attempt. Guarin has an
For that to happen, a lot of teams are going to have to fall down the table in Italy. Into the box, no foul.
Absolutely right, Gino. And Inter, with all this money being spent, I'd say that Roberto Mancini is the coach in Serie A with the most pressure on his shoulders. He has to deliver a top 3 spot and entry into the Champions League after all this money dished out by Eric Toir. They're spending almost as much as anyone in Europe this calendar year. It really is an ambitious project. It is why Mancini came back for a second stint with Inter.
We want to emphasize the point that there's still a good amount of time before the season starts, and there's a bunch of players in limbo, so there could still be a few big additions to this side.
Now, let's just say that Juventus isn't going to have it as easy for the Scudetto next campaign. It's going to be a lot tougher at the top of the table. Probably won't see a double-digit lead from Juventus compared to the rest of the table.
Kovacic on the ball now. He's going to have to drop it back. Galatasaray doing a good job of plugging the holes in defense at the moment. Santon sends the cross in to the top of the 6-yard box. Point from the entire group. Kondogbia streaming forward.
Beautiful layoff.
Tried to square it. Ends up being cleared out by Gala.
That's the luxury of having someone like Hernanes to link the midfield with the attack. So calm on the ball, picks the perfect pass, puts it right to stride from Guarin, and then just tries to redirect it towards the center of the goal. And once again, well defended by Galatasaray.
Hernanes turns around, quickly feeds it in, but a number of red and yellow jerseys waiting for it just at the top of the 6-yard box. And turning on the afterburners now, Yasin Öztekin has to drop it back. Burak tries to come back to the ball. Yilmaz touches it back again, looking for player coming off the left. Is Podolski. Podolski has the defender Santon isolated one-on-one, gets it back, trying to cut through, loses his footing though, and the chance is gone.
Just tumbled on his own there. Podolski not as comfortable on his right foot, always likes playing with his left, but not able to break through the defense.
Simbom crowd starting to get behind their team now. Ball spent a good part of the last 5 minutes on this side of the pitch. A wasted effort there, though. Comes Oglu.
From before, best chance of the match for Inter. Icardi making the wrong decision, and he says sorry right away to Palacio. I should have given it to you. Admits his mistake, and here's a look at that wonderful save earlier on in the match from Handanovic. Point-blank save. Such a luxury as well to have a keeper of the standards of Samir Handanovic. Certainly gives Inter a handful of points every season based on some of those game-changing saves that he does make.
See what happens here. I think this is going to be a water break, and that appears to be the case. High temperatures throughout this area of the world, and so the referee will do his best to keep the players safe. They're going to have a water break here on the side. What do you think?
Fans surely remember him scoring some spectacular goals and free kicks. Was part of that side, Wesley Schneider, that won the treble for Inter under Jose Mourinho. Certainly not the most entertaining side, but found a way to get it done. He did play defensively when he had to in the Champions League, but what Jose Mourinho did, he's even admitted, this is nowhere near my best side that I've coached. But he won everything.
Burak on the ball now. Drop it back, didn't have anything in front of him. Sabri. Foul is called along the far sideline.
See, help out with the link-up play. He's not just one of those central strikers that stays rooted near the opposition's box.
Yasin has it deflected. Sabri gets it into the box. Podolski there waiting for it. Podolski very much looking for his form this preseason. His first showing. Want to keep your eye on a couple of guys here. Miranda, Kondogbia, all the guys with the height. Murillo also in the mix as well. I don't see Jesus in there. He might be pushed back to help in case there's a breakaway. I think they're going to stop play here. Yasin, I was thinking maybe he's bleeding from the back of his head, so they're going to have to get this bandaged up before they go back out on the pitch. Another turnover going the opposite direction now. Inter. Ronin gives it off to Hernandez. Hernandez cuts inside. He's going to have a shot for the far post.
Excellent technique on the shot from Hernandez. Not a stranger to scoring wonder goals. There's a shot with plenty of power behind it. How many times have we seen him score goals like that in Serie A? Mostly at Lazio. Still think Inter haven't.
Really only one time that we've seen anyone get by Seju so far, and that's the one breakaway from Palacio that ended up being wasted. Other than that, though, Galatasaray has done a pretty good job keeping Inter at bay. Ball forward for Podolski is just a bit too far out in front. And a big part of these preseason matches, really for both sides, is learning, you know, just how fast your teammates are, where to put that ball so they'll get there and the defender won't. It's just finding your rhythm at this point. Schneider trying to get it back to his teammate, but a bad touch by Schneider. Don't say that too often. Over the top again, looking for Burak Yilmaz. I thought he was offside. That is indeed the case.
The top from Inan, he's always looking downfield to find those runs into the channels and just feed the perfect kind of service right to stride.
We're starting to see the Inter forwards drop a little bit further back into the midfield now to try and get a touch and try and combine with their teammates in the midfield. Santon moving up from his right back spot, tries to cut inside. Icardi on the ball now, tries to thread the needle, does just that, but Santon never made the other run.
And Icardi was drifting back into the midfield, allowed Palacio to take more of a central role.
Battle for position here. Burak Yilmaz trying to get to the ball.
Back.
Brought down easily. Easy call here.
No question about it.
A little bit of tugging from both players, really, on that occasion. And this is where Inter in terms of stats from the first half. Internazionale leading in shots on targets 3-1. Hard foul. And this is something we saw a lot of in the first half, Matteo. These two teams are playing.
Leads to this interesting set piece opportunity. Have some great players to put the ball right into the center of the box, Galatasaray.
And you get the feeling with all the talent on the Inter roster that Jason Murillo might try to be impressed, trying to get himself a spot in that main rotation. This one's fed into the box. Dealt with, though, by Inter. The thought, of course, is that Joao Miranda probably has a good chance at starting, but Jason Murillo not quite as much. There are the likes of Gary Medel, Nemanja Vidic out there competing for a spot as well. Sabri tries to send it in. Drop back, just to play it back. Bilal Kisa gets a touch to it. Inan sends it back. Up to Schneider again. Podolski comes back for a touch. Icardi putting some pressure on now. Galatasaray being a bit more measured with their passing here, at least at the start of the second half. Really taking their time in the build-up. Count the passes. On a nice run right now. Gets it back to Inan. Still going. Still going. Schneider looking for some room. Squares the ball. Yassin drops it back and then finally given away. Not quite. Back out to the wing. Sabri with a chance to square it in. Handanovic punches it out. Bilal goes to the turf. Last thing you want to see in preseason is players get hurt. Here's a look at that breakaway from Palacio.
Two targets there. Icardi streaking forward, and then Hernandez just going right in front of him. Looks like the likes tangle from the two players.
They do need to work on some communication, don't they? It's particularly up there among the top three. That's been the issue today. Will come on. Palacio gets the shot off. Muslera able to handle it. So look at this flip from Kondogbia. Gets it just over the head of Sheju. Palacio perhaps not trusting that he had full control of this ball. Going the other way. Yassin Ostekin has the defender isolated, chooses it to drop it back. Bilal back onto the pitch.
That's such great work from Selçuk on that first touch, just to create that little bit of separation from his marker. Then he gets a second chance to either look downfield or play the calm pass, as he just did.
Forward again, and a chance here for Galatasaray breaking into the box. Wesley Schneider squares it up, has a shot, and it is finally 1-0. Wesley Schneider gets the Simbom on the board.
Oh, little gift for his old team, Wesley Schneider. However, it was on the near post. Handanovic should have done a bit better. Only thing I can say is perhaps he had a teammate blocking his view and he didn't see until the last moment. Let's see the build-up play right here from Galatasaray. They've looked more dangerous in the second half. That's a great ball from Podolski. No one covering. Oh, and Schneider has all the time in the world to check all of his bearings, and then he just cracks it there at the near post. Usually you expect the goalkeeper to have it covered. Let's see Andanovic's sight line now. It was struck perfectly there from Schneider, and
trying to thread the needle looking for Icardi. Out wide, man on the ball. Shamdal right into the path of Gumus. Goes far post, can't get it to go.
That's a good way to get involved right away. Hamzagli loves every bit of it. Shamdal had an option with Schneider at the far post, and one of those hybrid cross shots that can go either way. He's perfectly onside, beating Miranda. Gets in front of him, has that little window, and it's so close to just banging off that far post. Look at that, it's only a few millimeters wide, always curling to the outside.
The two skippers looking on. Hamzagli made a total of 5 changes already. Kondogbia with a shot from distance, just a bit too high. Seconder's going to play this short, at least that's the setup. Maybe not. All of a sudden, Ranocchia, Jesus, all getting inside the box. And why not, right? To the top, finds Ranocchia, who can't control. Ball still loose. Let's see if Jesus can keep this in circulation. He won't get there. cleared out on the far sideline. Good job by the new addition, Caro, the left back from AC Troyes.
A rather curious signing, playing in Ligue 2 with Troyes. It's a bit of a step up to the Turkish league with Galatasaray, a team with expectations to win the domestic title every year and at least get out of the group stage in the Champions League.
Murillo. Good takeaway once again, Galatasaray. Perhaps just feeling those home field vibes now. Turned over, Brozovic. See what Inter can do with this. Referee's going to let it go. That one got a little bit too far out in front. DiMarco has a shot from distance and almost scores.
A great attempt there from DiMarco. Was dipping at the final second, and Muslera had to get a hand up. Excellent shot. That one looked like it probably would have clattered off the crossbar. Great technique there, swerving to the inside right for that top corner.
Big guys into the box again for Inter. Headed straight up in the air. 4 minutes added for... That is the move. Balut, the nearest man to it. Cleared away. Inter with a minute to break. See what they can do here. Jovetic sends it back across. Easily handled, though, by the Galatasaray defense. Playing out over, though. Brozovic gets it wide again. 30 seconds left on the clock. Shot from distance. Blocked by the defense. Another one. Okuri out to Montoya. Squared inside the 18-yard box. Once again cleared out by Galatasaray. And that more than likely will do it. Inter are going to go to over 360 minutes of scoreless football here in the preseason. They lose this one to Galatasaray on a goal from Wesley Sneijder.
I think we saw some of the new arrivals getting extended minutes for both these sides and some very positive performances as well. Saw some good things from Inter's backbone.